Welcome, Taurus. We have some very interesting energies for you today. I was kind of scared to do your reading this week. There's been some dark tones coming up, and it was actually combined a little bit with Aries as well. And today actually is the 3 of February 3rd, which is the Empress, which is Taurus. And the day adds up to 13, which is Death, and Scorpio, which is your axis. So there's this play between you and Scorpio today. And what came up in my meditation now was a lot having to do with you sitting in the energies of hell. You literally transmuting the energies of hell, where Scorpio is very good at facing the dark. They also are able to retreat. It's very fluid. But Taurus is coming in as the earth, the deepest, darkest parts of the earth, and unable to leave that energy. But it's been destabilizing for you because it's sitting in your subconscious. It's not in your consciousness. And your subconscious has been working with those energies and transmuting those energies and allowing you just to feel the discomfort of it. They were showing me like a house without the roof on it, completely exposed, but unable to put that roof back on. West Side Story also came up, and Maria. And also West Side Story has that tones, again, as of the bad parts of the city, the darkest place, the places of hell where nobody else wants to go. So let's see where this all goes for you today. The 2 cards that popped out for you here were your card of guidance, and this is the SIRIAN Starseed deck, and then the 2 of crystals here. And in this deck, it's very much about surrendering to it all. And you see the Sphinxes in your card here as well as Buddha. Very interesting, because I actually knocked Buddha's top off. See the little topper on Buddha? I don't know if you can see the top, but I went to turn the light on the other day, and Buddha fell over, and his crown got broken off. So we have Buddha coming up for you, and the Sphinx, and surrendering to all that is, and the energy of this auric whale in the background here. And the underlying energy of the 3 of Cups, which is coming together in joy. Kind of a contradiction to everything I was just talking about, right? So, and the shadows underneath that, right? So right beneath this 3 of joy and coming together socially, perhaps your exterior, the way you come off to the world, is this deep, dark shadow web that's been ongoing, perhaps your whole life. And now coming to the surface for you to become aware of it. But it was for a reason. You had chosen to come here and do this kind of work, some of the deepest, darkest work. So you should be giving yourself a big pat on the back. I did roll the die for you guys too, and we have Scorpio coming out here. And the number 5, which is the Hierophant, and Taurus again. And then we have Uranus as well, with Aquarius coming in, and sudden changes. And of course we know that Scorpio and Taurus don't like sudden changes. And actually that was my Instagram post today. You might want to read that. It may be some uncomfortable feelings that come up with the Death card, but it was beautiful energies. So sit with it. Don't be afraid of those darker energies coming up, because they really, for you, are coming up now to be released, so you don't have to carry this weight anymore. All right, let's see what's going on for you guys. We have the SIRIAN Starseed deck here. And again, when I was doing Pisces and Aries, you guys were completely intermingled with the 2 of those signs in both readings. We have the Rider-Waite Mini for clarifiers. We're going to use the messages of love at the end. And we have my Fortune's Oracle. We're going to set the tone for your read, okay? So let's see what that has to say. So now we have the sudden changes of Uranus, which is kind of harsh energies, right? Like the Tower energy of that subconscious Scorpio in you coming up to be seen. All right, and there's definitely that play between Scorpio and Taurus in the dice and in today's energies. So let's move these over here. For Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Just think of how grounded the bull is, right? The immovable bull for a reason, to be able to withstand the test of time, so to speak. Right? All of the darkest energies in the compost pile that is Earth. It's interesting because the one of the analogies of Aries and Scorpio is that Aries are the soldiers who are out front, who get killed first, and that Scorpio are the managing soldiers, you know, behind the lines, who can retreat and give orders. And I'm getting Taurus being between those two energies. Caught in the crossfire, so to speak. But I'm unable to move. Taurus, 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 as we're in February 2024, Taurus, 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 Taurus. Okay, there's a proposal here. 27 is the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, the flame, interwoven rings here, unable to be separated, a romantic or business opportunity indicated here. And actually my Instagram for crystal angels there was actually an energy of the masculine getting down on one knee. So you might want to check that out as well. We also have the mountain here for you, which is the 22. The 22 is the Fool, which is Aries. So we have two fiery cards here. But the mountain also breaks down to Maun and Tain, which means the remembrance of the people, like Akashic records. And this always gives me the energy of the 5D stationing hovering above the mountain peak here. I get Shasta a lot with this. And then the underlying energies here of the snake, which in the Fool's card, the snake is always at the Fool's heels while they're walking on the edge of the cliff, needing to be careful not to get tripped up. There's also the energy here of the 28, which is the Two of Wands, that choice of path, right? It's always your choice of path, but also is the energy of the quantum twin flame energy, the push and pull of moving in two directions at the same time, simultaneously. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Just be careful. All right, so we have the snake, and then we have the proposal and the mountain. And I'm getting I'm blanking out the name. Take my love, take it down, climb a mountain, and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, but the landslide brought me down. Oh, river in the sky, what is love? So you can look up the lyrics. And the child within my heart rise above. Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? It's making me want to cry. And let's look at the flames. There was 3 flames lit, but one of them went out. Oh, one of them's still there. Oh my gosh, it's coming back. Oh, it just went out. It was trying to come back, but it went out. So there's still two flames going, and they're very active there. This one over here is very calm. All right, Taurus for February 2024. Taurus. Taurus for February 2024 for the best and highest good of all those concerned. Taurus. Taurus. All right, first card out, Taurus. The Ace of Wands. So you have this up here with the 27, and you have it as your center card. So the flame, the passion, the inspiration, the push, right? The power that ignites. And Aries was also getting that energy. There was all the aces were upright for Aries, but it was like they weren't ready yet. They hadn't closed out what they needed to close out in their current cycle. And again, that Aries energy coming into your reading again. The challenge being the Queen of Wands. So this could be a fiery person, it could be a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart. But 24 is the Queen of Wands, and that also represents the awakening of your crown, the opening of your crown to enlightenment. But they're giving me the message, they're showing me, since your roof has never been on you, you've always been exposed, but there's been so much dark clutter that you didn't even realize that your crown's been open the whole time. And that's changing here. So the challenge here for you perhaps is being the fiery part of yourself. This could be a challenge for you. This could be another person that you know, a fire sign, an air sign. I mean, Aries. But Aries was coming up as Air-ease, which is very unlike Aries, right? So let's see. The foundation for you here is the Queen of Swords. And this is very much about soul retrieval, this card. She's a mosaic of pieces that she's brought back together, and she's getting a handle on her truth. She's grounded by the reed in on her right wrist, and her aura is there, but it's not as bright as it should be, perhaps. And we have two queens here, the Queen of Swords, and then challenged by the Queen of Wands, who's perfectly willing to crown herself, as opposed to the Queen of Swords, who's the energy of the widow, right? Always grieving the past. You know, very contradictive energies here. In the recent past, Taurus, you have the Six of Wands, which is all about leading the way. Perhaps this ace right here is the middle, leading the group of the Five of Wands, taking the reins, so to speak, in the past. And who is that? Is that you? Is that an Aries or somebody else in your life who's taken the reins? And then crowning for you is the Two of Swords. And in this deck, it's very much about just kind of floating on a wing and a prayer, comfortably numb, right? Not feeling any of it. And again, walking on air, that Aries, air-ease energy coming up here. And again, we have this fire play with the air here. And remember, you know what happens with air and fire. The air just propels the fire onward. Kind of numb to the fire. Right? Challenged to put your roof back on your head over here. Having been in your head and your thoughts for so long, it's like sitting in the fire. that never burns out. Not having a choice but to just feel the burn. And because you've been in the burn for so long, that's why you're numb here. What's coming up for you is the Knight of Wands. And he's got a slow burn. He's learned to tame his role, so to speak. He's got that lighter, pale yellow flame here. It's not so hot red and orange anymore. Learning to tame the beast, so to speak. And he's got a royal lineage here of purple and gold. And actually the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands have been coming up together a lot this week. You see yourself here as the Chariot. Oh, interesting, because I played some mantra music yesterday. There's this energy of India and Indian religions here coming up. And those of you who have a history of India that's coming up to play for you right now to clear the way. It's like bursting through the hounds of hell comes this chariot to like totally clear the way. All that crap that's been in the way the whole time is just getting pushed out of your field. What's around you, how others might see you, is the Hanging Man. And this card has this right knee block over here, which has to do with the masculine side and anger. Your knee is a support system, right? It's part of your hip and leg support system. The anger and frustration of, what happens when you have a hurt knee. You can limp around, but you can't really walk fluidly. And trying to see another way, trying to see a new perspective. You see yourself as the Chariot, bold and strong, but other people are seeing you as trying to see new perspectives, but there's a wound there that still needs to be cleared, but that other people see, but you don't. You know what your mission is. You know your mission is to just power right through, right? You're the bull, to push right through it. Not to try to go around it or see another way, but to push right through all of it. Again, it's making me want to cry. So you have all this fire and air energy, and then coming up with Cancer and Sagittarius for the Chariot, and then the Hanging Man, which is typical Pisces, but for me is Capricorn as well. The block here is coming up for you as the Five of Swords, which is that energy of the frog trying to stretch to become the prince. But they're juggling 3 orbs, and they're saving 2 for later, right? And if you're in your power, you don't save the 2 for later, right? You don't have a backup plan because you're in your knowing. And the need to clear, this is your block right here, is having a backup plan. Right? That also represents the inner war, right? Because there's only conflict with outside of yourself when there's a war within, something that you can't reconcile within yourself. So you're challenged by the Queen of Wands over here and blocked by the Five of Swords. Right? Challenged by crowning yourself, by enlightenment, and blocked by your inner war. The need to become the best part of yourself. And what's coming up here at the end is the Knight of Pentacles, who's the humble, loyal servant. Right? He's the one who bends down on one knee and makes a practical offering here. Because although he's the slowest knight, he also never gives up. He keeps going. And that can represent Taurus as well. The Knight of Pentacles is often can come up reversed as the stubbornness of Taurus. But there's a purpose to the stubbornness of Taurus, and that is the bull of the follow-through, never giving up. All right, let's see what else here. All right, so the bottom of the deck here is the 7 of crystals. And in this deck for me, this is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, that Rapunzel type of energy. And then here's this masculine energy outside on his magic carpet, trying to figure out the right order of the crystals here, perhaps to try to get in, right? There's a lot of people coming into the tower here. But he needs to find just the right alignment in order for him to gain access over here. So let's see what else is here. We have Justice, Divine Justice, the Master of Flames. So again, you have all of the fire energies here. And the Page of Wands has been coming up all week as well. And you have the King of Pentacles here too, and then the 3 of Wands. All right, underneath is that 7. So, and then the Ace. Oh, there's that page. All right, so actually we're going to go back to this card, because that's Pisces, which came up for you. And it's also the world, the ascension world, and completion coming full circle. We have the energy of the genie, the belly dancer here, right? The feminine energy, right? Having the world by the balls, so to speak, in her right hand, her masculine energy. And then we have the Page of Wands, who expects the feminine here to serve them, to give up her flame to his control. And the truth here that's just always been right there beneath the surface. And again, this buoy right here always comes up for Pinocchio and becoming that real live boy. And here's that little boy that needs to become, right? He's got a mask on. He's a wood puppet. He needs to become a real live boy. And here's that energy of the need to take a risk in passing downloads here and being seen doing that. Right? And here's literally these orbs, this truth energy is coming right down here, where it's always been right there, just below the surface. You just needed to look there. And being present to that third flame, being present in the moment, to your gifts, to that red sky, right? Sailor's warning, right? Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky at morn, sailor's forewarned. And we have the King of, and again, there's that crystal records, the Akashic records, the crystal skull, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Wands, which is the master of manifestation, of creating things, of creating an abundant life. And here's the master of your passions over here, the shaman energy, along with divine justice, of truth and balance. And then the 7 of crystals, which has to do with being still and daydreaming and assessing your worth. How do you want to go on? Do you want to retire and enjoy your savings? Do you want to reinvest your savings? Do you want to go back to work? Trying to figure out the puzzle pieces on what will work out for you. So we have fire, air, there's Libra here in the underlying energies, as well as earth. Taking a risk. And again, here's the, right, the magician and the balloon at the end of the Wizard of Oz. Getting rid of all of these old thoughts. Those truths of the Page of Wands, which is, you know, that excited little boy, but they don't have a mastery on their passions here. And we're going from the Page of Wands to the King of Wands over here. And accessing Akashic records here. Being very present in the moment in order to access mastery to that. To find the truth and balance. To find assessing your worth here. Yeah. So you get all these fire signs, the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands. But you're coming up as the Chariot, right? The most powerful movement in the deck. right? Which is kind of contradictory to Taurus, which is very still and strong, not moving. But here is that bulldozer, right? Not moving quickly because you're going through rock. You're pushing through the rock. You need to be this powerful in order to get through it all. It's the push, that Ace of Wands, big push to 5D, to the stationing of the planet in 5D, and sustaining this flame, right? It has to keep, you have to sustain this amount of ignition in order to keep it up there, right, until the bridge is built. The energy it takes to hold something in place until the job is done. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles and the underlying energy of the Divine Feminine, as this comes up here, is the King of Cups reversed. And the King of Cups upright is about unconditional love and mastering emotions, wearing them on his sleeve. But here he may have conditions of love. He may have issues with depression or alcoholism. He may just be sad. All right, we have the Divine Lovers right here. And he may be at his wit's ends trying to figure out how to get in. How to access that kind of love, that person perhaps. And then here we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. But this also can represent the old boys club here, the way things used to be, right? The old systems that need to fall right now, that are falling right now. This can represent religion, or the old way of seeing what God is. This is also Taurus energy. And societal norms, traditions, the way society sees what's right and wrong. And then we have this Six of Wands coming up next, which is right above here, right? That leading the way, bringing the news at the end of the war, that it's over. The Six of Wands for Taurus, February 2024. Taurus. So there's some sadness here, perhaps grief, guilt or shame about having played the game, right? There could be some sneakiness here still. Or is this feeling guilt or shame about now needing to come clean or get clean or clean up your act, clean up your space? Or the sneakiness that happened behind your back. In someone trying to offer a new path here. By letting go, wanting to make amends here. Maybe wanting to fix up the place or make a difference now in the world. You have the Six of Cups and the High Priestess right here, which can represent Pisces. This can be Virgo. This can be your sister, an aide, a nurse, a psychic, right? The secret keeper, the one who keeps your secrets. And again, West Side Story and Maria came up, so Mother Mary could be coming up here as well. Assessing your worth on how to invest your time, money, and energy to bring good news and lead the way to victory, to getting attention, using that flame to lead the group. And this literally looks like somebody offering to make this person not sad anymore by doing something for someone else. You know, the kids, the soulmate, the best friend here, the one who's always been there for you or kept your secrets. Let's see if these guys come back again. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which can reference you as well. And again, this could be a babysitter too. The Queen of Swords. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed. I believe this was upright and it fell on the floor reversed. So maybe some kind of change of fate regarding a family, business, or community that you deal with. Some kind of reversal there with the King of Pentacles. And is this a reversal of his fortune? He's still upright here. Or did he just have a big expense or something that he wasn't expecting? And then someone might be on guard about this. Because if he has some issues with his finances, that might change something for those around him. And if that's you, you could be in either position. You could be the King of Pentacles, dealing with the wounded warrior over here. Or you could be the wounded warrior, having to deal with the King of Pentacles and what he's telling you. And this is the Queen of Swords. Is she grieving after working so hard for a long, long time? Having been silent, strong in her truth, but also very apparent that she could just break back into her million pieces again. It wouldn't take much. And then here we have the Queen of Wands reversed. All right, so she's coming up as this wounded warrior over here. The Ace of Wands in the middle of your read. Taurus, February 2024. Taurus, you get very sticky in this deck. It won't cut through. Like it keeps running into blocks. It can't get in. It can't get in. And again, hitting rocks. All right, we have the Ten of Wands, which is the Atlas energy and the weight of the world, with the Three of Cups reversed, that lack of joy, right? Beating your head against the wall. Never able to find that joyfulness of just coming together in happiness. It's just this unending burden, and still not coming together in joy. Like how many of these flames does it take? And I'm getting like a campfire to light a fire. There's a joke that's supposed to come up here, right? There's a card that I had that I always say, how many soldiers does it take to set up a tripod? Right? How many wounded warriors or victims does it take to set up a tripod, or to light a campfire, or to keep it going? And the joke is that the wounded warrior is the one whose candle burns out too soon. It won't light. It keeps going out. Remember I told you there was one flame in there that hadn't quite gone out when I addressed it. And now the second flame is in that same position. It's just an ember. And we're not sure if it's going to stay lit or not. But there's still one left. Why is the Queen of Wands the challenge? Queen of Wands. All right, we have somebody walking away and within due to injustice, right? Walking away from some kind of injustice here, something that's not fair. And she is reversed here. She's tired of the injustice, things not being fair, right? The unending challenge and burdens. and having to keep that fire lit. And I have the Queen of Cups here with the Two of Cups. And again, that's that similar energy to the Six of Cups coming out with the High Priestess. But that was more like childlike and past life innocence of love. And here's the more mature version of that, of soulmates. And this could be you seeing someone else, or someone else seeing you and feeling the unfairness. Why do they always get something beautiful? And then I have to deal with injustice. But what you're not seeing with the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups is the suffering behind what they've been through as well. Right? Everybody has a different journey. There could have been a loss of a child. There could have been a bad childhood. Or constant rejection here. The challenge here is the Two of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Right? Things not going your way. Some kind of twist of fate here. Being patient. We have Libra. For me, this is Libra reverse, but that could be Sagittarius as well, and this is Sagittarius. So Libra, Sagittarius energies here. Again, the slowing of the roll to get to this Knight of Wands, which is typical Sagittarius energy. And Saggy A could be coming up. The galactic center. And frustration, a lack of inspiration, a lack of arousal, a lack of humor. And being patient through it all, the lack of growth. Falling on your face, falling from grace. And not feeling any of it. Just being present and going with it. Right? Comfortably numb. And then there's the Empress reversed. Feeling lack. A loss of a mother. Taurus reversed. A lack of abundance. Or somebody empowered, taking advantage of their situation, right? The Empress reverse could be somebody really mean and judgmental, but it also could be someone who's in lack, expecting others to always do things for them. But it's a passive-aggressive type of thing. The Knight of Wands right here, coming up for you. It's coming up as the King of Wands, and the Knight of Cups is up right here on the bottom of the deck that it came out with. Here's the Master of Passions, learning to slow his roll, dealing with an unhappy family, or the ending of an emotional cycle that's way overdue to be done. Right? This can be feeling rejected by the Queen of Cups over here. But he's up right here. He's learned to control his passions here. But the family here may not be happy about that. And we have the Chariot reversed right behind that, which is the way you're seeing yourself, which can be a reference to a brokenness or a broken family, a breakup, a breakdown, a break in, a break out, a breakthrough here. And again, all of the references to how Taurus must break through. They must go through it, not go around, up or down, but go straight through it, to push through it no matter what to get to the other side. But what happens if Taurus breaks down, if the big machinery, right? The plows, the tunneling, right? Talking about CERN as well, right? CERN is that most powerful energy underground, trying to create a black hole. And this King of Wands leading the way of this broken family, who's just waiting for this love to come in behind them. Coming from a place of ending conflict, ending group conflict, but coming from a weak place, a place of needing strength and courage here. Someone who's willing to stand up for you, right? And stand up for a happy home, right? A place that's solid, that gives you stability. It's giving me the feeling that, right, this family is longing for someone to fight for them. And why don't they feel that with the King of Wands right there? Is he not leading the way? Right? We have that Six of Wands over here. He's upright. He's happy with himself. Is the family not happy with him? Do they not feel like he's doing his job? Or the father isn't leading the way to make their children feel secure? Very interesting the way that's coming up. You see yourself as this broken chariot. The Knight of Swords upright, the Five of Pentacles upright, and then the Ten of Swords reversed, which I like this card reversed. For me, that's the worst over. It's the bliss starting to set in, right? Because when the pain releases, that's the bliss. That's the best part. So some kind of word coming in, delivery coming in, mail coming in, messenger. This could be an arrest. This could be an order of someone coming in demanding that you take a rest. Right? Someone out in the cold, or having just came out of the hospital and not doing what they're told. This could be getting right after a massage too, right? You're not supposed to do a lot of activities, right? Because it kind of ruins the massage. It's that same kind of energy. When you're broken, you need to stay down until you're healed. Like no getting up until you're better, right? And this could literally be someone getting yelled at for not taking care of themselves. And is that the energy of this King of Wands? Not wanting to have to tell the whole family how to breathe every step of the day, that they should be able to take care of themselves. The Hanging Man here. Coming together at work with drama, but the workplace itself is fine here. Is there some drama here, or was there a sudden event that got cleared up here? Dumping emotional attachments that no longer serve. Hanging out to clear what's blocking here. What's blocking? And we have the Ten of Swords reversed and then the Tower reversed right here. How you see things and how others see you. And here you have this Knight of Swords rushing in towards this Queen of Swords over here. Right, who's grieving. And the masculine is fine here, but this feminine energy is not. The challenge was this Queen of Wands reversed. I feel like you want to yell at someone that from something in the past. Why didn't you do something? And others see you, you know, in a place of work or school, whatever it is, which is very solid, and able to deal with drama very well. But there could be some kind of disillusionment here. And we have Scorpio reversed here too, with Cancer reversed, perhaps Sagittarius, and then Pisces. There's a lot of water energies here. You feel left out in the cold. You feel injured or ill or in exile here. But the worst is over. or now that the worst is over, it's like you gain the strength to speak your truth. But others aren't seeing you the same way. They're just seeing you, kind of like go through the drama without sweating it and just dumping the emotional attachments as you need to. But they're not seeing, they're seeing you this way as someone who's able to see new perspectives, but holding on to the anger and resentment that needs to be let go here. Perhaps there's a need to cry, to let it out. Have a good night, sweetie. The block here is the Five of Swords. And the World, which is also Pisces energy. Coming full circle, completion, whole. Being able to be naked to the world. Why is that a block for you? Is this somebody else? Is this a Pisces energy who's very satisfied with themselves? And then there's a Page of Wands reversed, maybe this makes this Page of Wands feel insignificant or a lack of worth or frustrated. That also can represent a child or a pet as well. Some kind of passionate rejection here. As Teddy looks out the window because Jenna just left. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. Right, that loyal, humble servant offering their services, offering their help, taking their time in a wake-up call here. Or wanting to help the King of Swords. This could be an Aquarius person. Or wanting to help the King of Swords wake up others or make announcements. And this could be you going from the Empress reversed into the Knight of Pentacles, right? Instead of expecting yourself to be the Empress, just going back to basics. Allowing yourself to just be you. Right? And offering yourself just as you are. Whether this is an air sign, whether it's an Aquarius, whether it's someone who's very moral. It could be someone legal, it could be someone military. But then here's this Knight of Cups being offered this huge cup of love. So it's like just by this Knight of Pentacles offering their help to the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is unapproachable, right? He's not even paying attention. But it's like you offering help anyway, because nobody else will approach him. And when by doing that, all of a sudden he softens and becomes the Knight of Cups, willing to offer love, and all of a sudden getting this huge love back in return, perhaps that they would never have expected. And again, that's coming from that place of someone who's willing to defend them. From a place of stability. And we have the Three of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and then the Five of Swords right there. Right? After the separation, disappointment, heartbreak, or weathering the storm, deciding to implement a plan or invest your time, money, and energy in facing your fears here. Not being afraid anymore. And I did pull a couple extra cards after the Knight of Pentacles. And so we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and she is upright there. And we have her, we have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands who's reversed, and then the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles who's upright there. And we started out with that Seven of Wands over here, or excuse me, that Seven of Pentacles over here. Is there a man in your life, Taurus, who loves you? After the Knight of Pentacles came in right here, we had the Nine of Pentacles. And is this an independent or dependent person? Along with the Seven of Flames, of learning to rise above the group and the drama with flame in hand. This is someone learning to defend somebody's honor, like willing to not just stand up for themselves, but stand up for somebody else, right? That someone else is part of them. Right? Not just keeping to yourself, but willing to defend another as well. The Page of Swords and the Emperor who's upright here. And all of the kings, I think, have come up except for the King of Cups that you started out with over here. All the masculines are really strong here. It feels like this Emperor is actually messaging back. And the Knight of, this is someone who fell short. Maybe this is a father or a grandfather, an uncle, whoever it may be, your boss. Actually responding and saying, yes, I fell short of expectations. Perhaps I was juggling. Maybe somebody was juggling two people, or just juggling too many things and they can't keep up. Perhaps we're hoping to juggle or perform until they felt released. But it wasn't fair, feeling exhausted all the time. It's like someone, the Emperor, he's responsible for everything. Maybe he thought he could do it indefinitely, but now it's becoming more and more apparent it's not fair to him to have to carry the weight of everybody. And here's that energy of someone being powerless or dependent, and the need for closure here. It's not fair for everyone to continue to be dependent on them. And here we have the Queen of Swords speaking about feeling drained, or kids out of control, pets out of control, right? Overexposure. Speaking about the need for a vacation here. And depression at night that someone's not talking about. And this could be a father, a grandfather, who's just been a rock for everyone, but not being able to do it anymore. Right, and there's that energy of boredom or ignoring messages of kindness coming in. And again, this could be someone who's, their kids are kissing up to them so they can get some kind of time, money, or energy out of them, right? Giving money to the kids to make them feel loved, or for babysitting services. There's some kind of being tired of the same old. And perhaps you are getting tired of a job that you're doing, wanting time away or to have a vacation. And it's really not about the workplace here. It's about practical life. Where is that Ace of Wands? Yeah, so the Ace of Wands over here is reversed. There's a need for inspiration, a need to get ignited again. And again, some kind of grief with the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. Or she's upright, but she's the grieving widow. There's that energy of grief and being numb to it. And again, there's some kind of father story here. And feeling like you deserved more stability. We have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands both reversed here. This frustration or lack of growth here, lack of inspiration, a need to heal. And again, this just general like amnesia, this energy of numbness and brokenness. And the need to see the light, the need to wake up. Or there is an awakening here. It's interesting too, because by being still, as in the Chariot reversed, that's when you awaken, because you start to attune to your body, right? Let go of the stress around you. It's like you're not waiting for anyone anymore to do it. You're going to you just are going to be you, right? You're not going to try to be anything else. You're not going to try to understand why something happened. You're just going to let it go. It's like you've been connecting by just being still and finding yourself. And, right, maybe someone criticized you for being slow. And now you're saying, well, I'm going to use that to my advantage and be exactly who I am. And you're finding that when you are just who you are, no matter what anyone else says, it always leads to a good thing. Right? Something that you didn't have in the past. You may not get in the way that you want it or you wanted it. But by letting go and moving forward in your authentic self, it's like things just play out, maybe in a different way, but you end up getting what you wanted in the first place. Taurus. Taurus. The truth shall set you free. And perhaps giving the truth to get someone to come out of their head, right? Their isolation, their feeling like they're going crazy, right? The truth may knock them off balance, but at least they'll gain clarity and then be able to move ahead. Perhaps you want to pay it forward, like what you've learned. This energy of detoxing the chains. After a lot of back and forth, the arrows of love, allowing yourself self-love here in an awakening, right? Becoming curious, perhaps becoming a student again. Awakening, having some kind of realization about being still and connecting and finding how to break the chains by being still. How to become inspired again. right? To take that leap of faith, to trust again. So the messages of love oracle cards here. And again, you have really all the signs here, but very much so you have that energy of Cancer, Sagittarius, Pisces, Capricorn perhaps. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. One person's giving too much in this relationship. So again, whether this is within the family, father and child, or whether you're dealing with a job, there's either a proposal coming into you, or you're becoming your true self, your true authentic self, and everything will unfold in divine timing. It is now safe to make the move that you're considering. The bottom of the deck is rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. So whoever you're feeling rejected from, you're being protected from that person. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Perhaps that rejection is actually divine protection. That's a difficult lesson for a lot of people to learn. All right, Taurus. You're becoming inspired again. You're gaining clarity that could knock you off balance, but it's okay, because you're learning how to regain your balance when you feel insecure, to find your curiosity again by seeking within, right? Allowing the energy of love to help you break the chains. So remember to drink plenty of water and make yourself feel good. Plenty of rest, plenty of joy. Get your feet out in the grass. Ground yourself. And rise and be loved, Taurus. Have a beautiful February. I'll see you next time.